Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast. The Great.
Eric, give me your grade of Week 12 of the NFL season.
San Francisco 49ers. They were dominant against an in-division opponent. McCaffrey was good. Purdy wasn't even that great, to be honest. He had a very mediocre game, but they still destroyed Seattle. Showed that they're the dominant team, probably in the NFC, but they're definitely the dominant team in the division. And because the Seahawks, they was the closest, they were the closest team. They were, I had high hopes for them. I thought they were going to make it a game, but the 49ers destroyed them quickly. And I just think that's really great for them that they're just like, not just great, but they're just putting it out there that they're the best team in probably the NFC.
Yeah, it's either them or the Eagles for sure. Like one of those two teams are the best. Yeah, and that defensive line just dominated. They had a 6-sack game. Chase Young did not get a sack, but obviously him being out there, Bosa got 2 sacks. Armstead got a sack. Hargrave, who was their big signing this offseason, had a sack and a half. And once again, like between the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles, I feel like they just know how to team build. They just do it right. Let's build in the defensive line, the offensive line, and everything else. It does seem that as long as Debo can stay healthy, that offense will produce points. I think that's important. And unfortunately for the Seattle Seahawks, Geno Smith has not been the player he was last year. And it kind of has been showing all season, and it accumulated all to which we could say, which is a sad showing for the Seahawks in this moment, because the Seahawks had a chance to steal this division, and losing that big at home, that's rough for the Seattle Seahawks, but great for the 49ers.
Yeah, and then they like I said, they got the stranglehold on the division now. So
yeah, agreed. My grade, I'm going to give it to the Denver Broncos. Dude, 5-game winning streak. They got destroyed by the Dolphins, and then they lost to the Jets and the Chiefs. And then after that, it was like they beat the Bears and lost to the Jets and the Chiefs. And then they just went on a 5-game winning streak, and they dominate the Browns. Now, granted, I know what people will say, like, oh, well, the Browns didn't have a starting quarterback, but the Browns have made their name through their defense, and somehow the Broncos scored 29 points on this defense. And I get that they probably were tired out by the end of the game because the offense wasn't moving the ball very well, but that's happened before in this year. And the Browns defense, they were able to hold up. But this game, they could not hold up. Russell Wilson had a QBR of last game, 89.2, only sacked one time. They rushed the ball for over 4 yards a carry. Him and Sutton seemed to be getting a little bit more chemistry, which is kind of crazy. But all in all, that defense is showing up the last 4 weeks as well. So I'm out of 5 weeks, I should say. So I have been very impressed for the Broncos second half of the year, the way they've rebounded. And now they are sitting at 6-5 on the season. And they are a real wild card team, in my opinion.
What a turnaround. I mean,
I know.
like they look like one of the worst teams in the league. And this wasn't even like an offensive juggernaut performance by them. Russell Wilson still had 134 yards passing, and 1 touchdown. It's not like he threw for 300 plus yards, and yet they still beat the Browns, which I get it. They're playing with Bumblebee Tuna as their quarterback. But they are a good defensive team, and they still got beat by 17 points with, like, the Broncos just have been impressive lately. They look like a wild card team, and again, 5 weeks ago, I would have been looking at you crazy if you would have told me that.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here like, man, I don't know if I'm a team that I would want to play the Broncos in the first round because of how gritty they're playing, So
I was saying they should have a fire sale, and they did not, and it's obviously working in their favor.
Right. Were we wrong? I think we both were saying that. Yeah, that's a good point. You ready to move on to the good?
Yep.
Okay, Eric, thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports Podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.